Elizabeth Rathgiver, Pediatric Hospital Pharmacist. I actually originally wanted to go to medical school to become a medical examiner, but with going through some of the pre-med classes like organic chemistry, biochemistry, human physiology, and learning about how different substances interacted with the human body, I figured that pharmacy would be a better career for those interests, learning a whole class of medications, how that affects the human body, either in a positive or a negative manner. So I work in an inpatient setting. I work with a lot of critical kids and critical babies and infants, and I prepare a lot of the sterile infusions for whenever a kid is crashing. My favorite part is knowing that I am preparing this product that will help save a baby's life or help them during surgery whenever they're having open heart surgery for a condition that would otherwise be fatal, knowing that I am the critical, vital part of that team, helping everybody take care of this baby. Women are actually really common. In my pharmacy class, it was maybe 75% female, and at work, I would say roughly 4 out of 5 of the staff are women. So women are very common in the pharmacy setting. I really enjoyed reading about science. I always read those Discover books about just natural science or chemistry. I really liked rocks, like learning about geology too and the different substances with the rocks. Also art. I love to draw, love to paint. Clay sculpting as well. Recently I've actually been getting into oil pastels again, so that's been fun. And then also I like to illustrate and write stories, like stuff about animals. I enjoy just making up my own fantasy stories and then drawing pictures that go along with it. So those are probably my favorite hobbies as a kid. I actually really love seafood. Really love the fried fish sticks, fried catfish, or just baked catfish, shrimp, whether it be fried shrimp, coconut shrimp, a shrimp cocktail that didn't even have to be fried. I loved seafood as a kid, surprisingly. And then also cheese sticks, like mozzarella sticks or fried cheese curds. And then of course Pop-Tarts. I love baked goods. I still love Pop-Tarts now, but of course I eat them far less frequently. As far as my favorite foods now, I would say sushi. I love sushi. I guess that carries over more of the seafood into adulthood. And a good steak, like a good sirloin, good roasted, grilled steak with a nice glass of red wine. If you're in middle school, I would suggest start taking more science and math focused classes. That'll prepare you for high school. And whenever you get to high school, just start taking more chemistry, biology, human anatomy and physiology during your senior year especially. And just whatever science focused classes you can take to help prepare you for college. As far as outside of school, I would start to volunteer more. If there's a health fair that's going on in your area, then see if you can volunteer if you're old enough to start volunteering for that. But as far as just like reading outside of school, just pick up any book you see that might interest you for learning about diseases in the human body. I know that my coworker, she bought a book for her daughter. She's 7 or 8, I believe she's 8. That just talks about the difference between a virus and a bacteria and just talks about the process of how vaccines work for the human body and preventing diseases. So any sort of medical focused books that you can find outside of school, I would suggest start reading those. So to become a pharmacist, that requires a 4-year graduate degree. You become a doctor of pharmacy, PharmD. And to get into a pharmacy school program, that requires at least 2 years of an undergraduate degree focused in science and math, biology, chemistry. So whenever you get to college, I would suggest start getting in contact with your pre-health professions advisor. They can help advise you which classes to take and the timeline on when to start looking at specific pharmacy schools and going through their admission requirements. Also, to get into pharmacy school, you need to take a PCAT. It's kind of like the ACT or SAT, but more specific for pharmacy school. A lot of math and science in it, and that's taken before you get into school. But as far as if you want to pick up some part-time work outside of school, I would suggest being a pharmacy technician, either at a Walgreens or a hospital as well, definitely on the hospital setting, to give you just an idea of what I do. So definitely look into applying to be a pharmacy tech somewhere. I would look online and just read more about different types of pharmacy. In addition to the retail pharmacy, which is what you see at Walgreens and Walmart, and hospital pharmacy, which is what I do, taking care of somebody who's in the hospital, there's so many other different types of pharmacy. Clinical pharmacy, which is where you work with a team of healthcare providers to pick the best therapy for the patient. There's also nuclear pharmacy, which is what I was wanting to do originally, more of like diagnostic procedures. Just start reading more about pharmacy, and then that way whenever you are in college, you have a more tailored idea of knowing which pharmacy schools you want to apply to. And then also, whenever you can, just volunteer at different health fairs, anything that can get you exposed to a healthcare setting. I know that some schools actually offer like a medical explorers program. That's how I originally got started back in high school. We had a medical explorers program where we could shadow a doctor's office, we could shadow lab, we can shadow pharmacy as well. So if you have that opportunity in school, definitely take advantage of that. But as far as that, just read more about pharmacy and decide is this the best thing for me or not.